essential workers have been the ones to keep us going during this pandemic. And undocumented immigrants are part of that essential worker. They are neighbors. They are the ones keeping food on the table for us. They are the one taking care of our family members, and they have to commute to work. And in commuting to work, we know that without access to a driver's license, a lot of them rely on rides. And we saw this in Cape Cod last year, where a van that used to transport immigrants to their place of work, one person had COVID-19, and it spread like wildfire. So that is an example of how allowing undocumented immigrants access to a driver's license protects not only themselves, protects their family, protects the broader public in a public health pandemic. And also, I'm a mom of three. When we went remote, my children needed my children needed laptops. In order to go get laptops from BPS, you needed a car because it was drive through only. In order um, to go through a lot of places, you just need transportation. We now see that for folks who may have access to vaccine, they're sending them to Springfield. How is a undocumented immigrant who doesn't have access to driver's license is supposed to get all the way to Springfield, right? When public transportation is not reliable. And on top of that, we are also seeing, we are also hearing about complaints of law enforcement being present, which means immigrants are discouraged from going to these locations for vaccine or for testing because law enforcement is present, and that doesn't help curb this virus during and for all the reasons of taking children to medical appointments, food. We saw how a lot of the food pantry, it was drive through, and we saw how immigrants, um, the lack of food in immigrant communities, and it's just you know it'll be beneficial for them to have access to a driver's license.
Yeah, I want to add something to that, and that is a lot of our membership in our union are what it's called unrecognized essential workers. For example, many of our workers work in retail, stop and shop, people who like actually, service and provide the food for making the economy work. But the other thing is that we also represent people in industrial laundries. And if you ever been to any one of these, they are, big bins come in with labels said COVID. Okay. Our members are not considered essential workers. They have to unwrap that and and put them in machines. Now, whether they have proper protective gear is always a grievance within our union. So I want to give you that as an example of the unrecognized essential workers, people who actually clean the laundry, the sheets from the hospitals, and it actually has the label COVID on it. It's amazing. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's sick. It's and yet the governor is not willing to recognize our workers and members as essential workers, and not getting them vaccinated. So this is something that we can all work on.